Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with Fallon the Funk, and we are going to do, I guess, is this a Halloween project or is it a fall?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I would say fall, because I'm not a huge Halloween person, but I like fall or autumn decor. So.
Okay, yeah, and this is something I've never done before. Is there a name to this?
I don't know if there's a name to it, but we could call it like the crayon pumpkin or something.
The crayon pumpkin, okay.
The big crayon pumpkin.
So what we're gonna do is basically melt candles on the top of this pumpkin. We got a white pumpkin here just because it shows really nice.
Yep.
And we're gonna melt crayons on the top.
Dollar store crayons.
Dollar store crayons. This only cost me $7. Those were $1. And we're just gonna essentially melt them, and it's gonna run down the sides, and the colors will blend, and it's gonna look very pretty, like me. Anyway, so Fallon, you told me that this can be very messy.
It can be very messy.
Okay.
So I did this last year for the first time, and the first pumpkin I did was very messy, and I got wax all over my kitchen counter.
And your sweatshirt.
And my sweatshirt. My sweatshirt went in the garbage. So today we are going to be a little bit more careful, and we're going to put down some
I'm going to put down
placemats or
tablecloth.
Tablecloth?
Yeah, just a plastic one, something I got from the dollar store, so we can just throw it out after. And I'm wearing an old shirt. So in case you're wondering why it's inside out, I'm wearing an old shirt because I don't want to get all of my nice new clothes messy.
Yes, and I'm making Sean do the work. So
yes.
I'm just going to instruct.
All right.
This is a perfect pumpkin for this. So when you're picking your pumpkin to do this little project, you want a pumpkin that has like grooves in the top enough so that when you put your crayons in, they kind of sit in those grooves.
Okay.
So that's important. So Sean did a very good job picking his pumpkin.
When you told me that, yeah, you told me that when I was looking for my pumpkin to make sure that, yeah, I had these little grooves here, because as Fallon was saying, that's where you're going to lay your crayons in so that it melts. So if it's too smooth on top, it's going to be very difficult to keep the candles from rolling around.
I love that you keep calling them candles.
Candles, crayons. From keeping the crayons, okay. From keeping the crayons, okay. So, yeah,
you could probably use candles if you had candles. It's not going to have the same effect.
It wouldn't, but I don't know if it'd be as pretty, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so anyways, crayons, okay. So is there a certain way you want this? It doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter. I think actually maybe the lower side facing the camera so that you can kind of see what's happening.
Okay, and then so just, and also we, of course, people are going to ask, how are you melting the crayons? So Fallon suggested that we just use a trusty old hairdryer. We know that everybody has one of these. If you try to heat gun, it's probably going to be way too hot and probably ignite the crayon itself. So we don't want a fire, so just a hairdryer. And I have it on an extension cord, so of course it will reach. And then another suggestion was to use some tweezers so that you can hold the crayon in place while it's melting, because as it melts, it might want to travel, right? So some tweezers. And I thought maybe what we would do is also maybe just lay this on a garbage bag. And then that way it just goes nice.
Lots of protection.
Lots of protection. That can go right into the garbage. Perfect.
All right. So yes, another learning from my experience last year was burning my fingers. So that's why we're suggesting the use of tweezers. So we need to talk a little bit about the crayons. So to prepare the crayons for use, you pick a color scheme that you want.
Right, yeah.
So Sean picked pink.
Because it's my favorite color.
Yep.
And then of course the crayons come with this annoying paper on it. So we had to peel all the paper off.
Peel the paper off,
so
yeah. And if you're struggling to peel it off, you can soak the crayons in water.
Okay.
But they should, yeah, Sean struggled. He thought it was very difficult.
Yes.
And then what you do with the crayons that you've picked. So for us, as I mentioned, we're using pink. So to make a kind of like spectrum, we are using some reds as well. But you break the crayons in half because you're not going to use the whole crayon. So you break them in half, and then essentially you could do 2 pumpkins with the same set of crayons. If you want.
Okay. All right, perfect. So starting then, we want to...
Yeah, so I think I'm going to put the crayons on and show you how they're going to sit on the pumpkin, and then we're going to individually melt each crayon. But just to show you how they're going to look. So we're fitting the crayons into the little grooves. And following a color spectrum here. So we want them to kind of follow you know, from one shade to another. And you can see how it might be easier to either hot glue gun them, or what we're gonna do is do them each individually so that they stay in place where we want them.
Right.
But essentially that's how they're gonna sit in the on the pumpkin, and then we're gonna melt each one.
Okay, so we're gonna go darker first.
Yes.
Okay, and we've laid it here in the groove. And then I'm scared to do this, but we'll see. I want this on cool.
No, you want it on hot.
I want it on hot.
And where are your tweezers?
Oh, right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Like all the. Do I need it loud? Or it's on low. Is that gonna work?
As long as it's hot, it needs to melt. So.
Okay, it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move the pumpkin, right? So the pumpkin doesn't have to stay in one spot. Don't be afraid to move it, so that you can hold it in place with your tweezers and blow it dry at the same time. Do you want me to do the first one?
Yeah.
It takes a while to get hot.
I take a while to get hot too.
Don't we all? So what I found when I was doing this last year, and hopefully I'm speaking loud enough, is it takes a little bit for it to melt, but once it starts to melt, then it kind of goes quickly. So you want to be very paying attention to what's happening. So Sean, can you see there? When you're real close up, you can see that the wax on the crayon is starting to...
Okay, so don't get discouraged, right, is what you're saying?
Yes.
It might take several minutes to get the wax
because there's a coating on the crayon, right?
Okay. I'm not sure, I'm standing back here as if something is going to explode, so... Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like the hairdryer is fairly hot.
Yeah, you gotta remember it's a large piece of wax too.
Right,
it's not like, so this is definitely not a quick process.
Oh, it's going.
It's happening.
Yep.
And like I said, once it starts to happen, and then it seems to go fairly quickly, and you're gonna want to use the blow dryer to kind of make the wax go in the places that you want it to go. Because you want to create almost like this rainbow effect, right? Or dripping effect.
Oh, so you kind of, you want it to run a little bit.
Yeah, so if you move the pumpkin around, once it starts getting a little bit more melty, this stuff over here is good on this side, but I can't seem to get the right angle on it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's running now. I'll do the next piece, so that way you get a little break.
And this is like not a perfection thing, right? So you test it out. If you want more wax later, you add more wax later with more crayons. It's really meant to be like a abstract art type of project. Very, very much a FALLON project, because it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, I like perfection.
I want that to drip.
Okay, you want me to
turn it that way? There we go. I like it when you hold my pumpkin.
Yes, good. Someone needs to hold your pumpkin.
Okay, you want to put it back down and tilt it towards you.
Yeah, maybe my hairdryer's not the best. But...
No, it's just because it's a very focused stream. So, it's just you have to get at the right angle. So this is good. This is a good start. So you can see that we're starting to get this drippage.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in there with another color.
So another,
and start doing the same thing. Yeah. So
another dark. Okay.
So now this is probably heated up quite a bit, so it shouldn't take quite as long. And yeah, that's good. Have it where you have it angled or on the side there, but make sure you use the tweezers.
Oh,
I'm caught on you.
Okay, there we go.
I'm sweating. Oh, see, that's why you gotta use the tweezers, because the crayon will run away. No, 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 not that one.
Oh, bigger ones.
Yeah, see, this is melting much quicker this time.
Yeah, ooh, it's hot. Okay.
So you can tell that the hair dryer is warmed up quite a bit.
Yeah, okay.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Look at Sean, you're better than I am at this.
Well, I have the benefit of the heated hair dryer now. There it goes, come on.
I also think that the angle that Sean is holding this crayon at is really good.
Spraying.
Because I had it maybe a little bit too close to the center. So just make sure you also angle it out this way, right?
Yeah, it's just harder because the pumpkin's higher on this side.
But once it's melty enough, you should be able to get to set it, and it should sit. Yeah, you're the one with the craft clothes on. Oh, look it, you're doing such a good job.
Woo!
If we can...
Okay. Pat it down, yeah, okay, right. Separate
so
it out.
That way it's not blowing off the tip of the crayon. It was blowing. I know that the camera can't see that, but because the crayon tip was kind of coming up off the pumpkin.
I should have probably done it the other way.
It's okay. You're going to get some good drip here though, because you did that. Oh yeah, look at. See, this is perfect. See how you're getting it to kind of go in different directions? Yeah. So again, just being aware of the tools that you're using. Everybody's hair dryer is going to be a little bit different. The crayons that you're using might be a little bit different. So the first one or two that you do might not be exactly what you want them to be, but.
Okay.
Perfect. So this is good. So we have some excess wax that's here on the top. So what's going to happen is once we get the other colors going, it's all going to kind of blend together too. Okay. So we have one dark one left.
Yeah.
So I think we'll try to stick that in.
Maybe I'll try it this way with the tip going down there.
Blow me away. So Sean made a really good call there. What he decided to do was take the tip of the crayon and put it towards the inside.
That way it's not flicking around.
And that depends. We just happen to be using this end of the crayon, right, which is the pointy end. But if you were using the other half, you might not have as much of that issue. You might be buying Sean some new tweezers after this.
Yeah.
These are just from the dollar store as well, though. So
just some dollar store tweezers. I want to run that way.
Very nice. It's going to look really good once we get the lighter colors in there too. Okay, now we'll do a light one.
So yeah, so we've got the dark colors on here, and now we're gonna put some of the light colors in here now to start, and just kind of make some contrast. So I think that maybe next year I get a smaller pumpkin.
Or we just learn how to do it better.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? We're learning.
Well, now we're doing the pink.
Oh, tweezers.
I always forget the tweezers.
My rolling crayon.
Yeah, my rolling crayon. More to run back. Now, if you can get it in that sweet spot, it melts really quick.
This one's really good. You did a great job on this one. That crayon placement is on point.
And it's our first one.
This looks really good here.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then lay that over there.
Well, there we go. Maybe move it down just a tad. There you go. Here, let me hold the tweezers.
It really wants to fly around here. I love how the pink got in there too. It's pretty.
That's what makes it really.
Yeah.
Right, when the colors start to kind of mesh together. Arts and crafts is not something that Sean loves because he's not great at it.
I don't have a lot of patience.
So this is a very good challenge for somebody like Sean.
Let's go right in there. We go.
The nice part about art is that it is imperfect and that it just happens. So the more you try to make something go the way you want it to go, usually the less that works out.
Last little bit, let's go. Almost there.
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have all our colors on there. So you can see, oh look, that is a really good one.
Yeah, it ran.
And that's really what you want, that really like kind of dripping effect. This dripping here is really nice. But we've got our foundation. So what I'm gonna go through to just kind of get this ready for Sean to continue is go through and kind of try to melt a little bit more of the stuff that got stuck in the center, and then we're gonna go back in with our other set of crayons because I think, yes, this is a large enough pumpkin that we're gonna need both halves of the crayons to kind of cover it.
Because this is kind of a big pumpkin. Okay, so let's, so that's what we'll do there.
So that's a good one right there where you saw, like, even where there's little imperfections, you just go back and kind of smooth it out. So as per usual, as I drip and sweat, this has turned into Sean's pumpkin being created by Fallon. Because I love him. And I know what he wants it to look like.
I want it to look really nice, and it looks beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, at first when we had picked these colors, I was like, yeah, like, look at that. How beautiful that is. Jeez, girl. Yeah, look at the mosaic. Look at that peach, just how it just makes those colors pop there. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's like art.
Yeah, it's similar to, like, if anybody watches like resin art. It has that same kind of look to it. And then I think on this side here, we're gonna try to get a little bit more dark in, and then we will be done.
That's good.
Look, we didn't even really make that much of a mess.
No. All right, guys, so as you can see, Fallon took a little bit of extra time and she blended the colors together really nice. We got the peach kind of blended in here with the red and the pink. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. So we're just gonna let this sit, and it has to harden, of course. And yeah, so you guys, so you can do some art. It's an inexpensive project.
And it's fun.
Yeah, and it's fun, and I learned something new, but as you see, like, Fallon did most of the work. And that's why it looks so good. But yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is our second crafting video.
Yes.
We did the physical distancing hats last time. So guys, you know the routine. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. Also, please give me a thumbs up because it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying my content. If you are not following me on Instagram or Facebook, please do so at Sean's Magical Odyssey. You can also follow me on Twitter at Magical Sean. And Fallon, I just wanted to say thank you for joining me again today.
You're very welcome.
This turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful project. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to work on something again in the future.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching.
Bye.